Hello, is a quick little tip of the day on capturing action in birds. I have a few hundred pictures today of diving birds, including egrets and pelicans, and a quick way to capture action and yet still have your bird subject in focus. As you can see over here, we have action in the wings, and yet the head and the body are perfectly in focus at 25% here. So here we have the action captured in the shot. Obviously, I've not yet adjusted for contrast or color balance and whatnot. But over here you can see we have 1/400th of a second. I had my ISO set at 1/400th. It was kind of an overcast day. So there's no wonderful lighting, but anywhere between 1/400th of a second and 1/800th of a second is perfect for capturing the flapping motion of a bird's wings and yet still keeping focus on the bird's head and body. As long as the eyes are in focus as a general rule, it looks like your shot's in focus. But, to show motion in birds, instead of cranking it up so everything is perfectly freeze-framed, what you need to try to show the action of the bird, and you'll yet still have the bird perfectly in focus, is try 1/400th of a second or 1/800th of a second in shutter priority, or have your aperture priority set so that your shutter speed will always come out at 1/400th or 1/800th or 1/600th of a second. Works perfectly well there. I think I'll show you another shot that I did a screen capture of. You can see the same thing here. We have the head and the body in focus, and yet we still have the motion of the wings. We got at 1/640th of a second. So it's a nice way to capture birds and show the action of the motion and yet still have the bird in focus. So don't always try to freeze all action. Obviously the bird's head and body aren't really moving that fast, but only its wings. So you need to also, another part of professional photography is consider, well, if I want to show motion, only this part of the object is really moving fast. So instead of cranking it way, way up so everything is perfectly frozen, I could have cranked it up to 1/1000th of a second and frozen everything. So all the feathers out here would have been perfectly sharp, but that's not the effect that I was going for. So what I did is I brought it down to 1/400th to 1/800th of a second to show motion and yet still perfectly capture the bird. So that's your little quick professional tip of the day. Always be thinking about your entire subject, because on some subjects, especially animals, not the entire part of the animal is moving fast. So you need to consider your shutter speed and whether you want to show action or not. Thanks for watching. If you like these videos, you can always make a nice donation, and I'll catch you later.